Hi, Tony Selzo here. Welcome to the line. We've got a great treat because this is a subject that I really care about. The state of education today is really deteriorating in my mind, and we've got some special guests here that are really working on making that deterioration better. You guys have built a company, Patricia and Bruce, really built a company to kind of help people figure out, how do I navigate and find the right college for me? What does that path look like? And how do I get live the life and find the career that I really want to have to make this what I want it to be, right? How did this come about? What happened, Patricia?
Well, Bruce and I had a conversation a few years ago where we both come out of higher ed. We both come out of admissions at Rutgers University. And I've been a dean of admissions in the Vermont State College system. Bruce has had positions in financial aid. He's had an incredible career. And we were talking about how frustrated we were with higher ed.
Yeah.
With what we were seeing going on inside higher education and how it was becoming increasingly not about the student, not about the student outcomes from the college. And we were also realizing, after so many years of reading essays and applications and making decisions on applications, and frankly being around the table where administrators were making, kind of driving a lot of the processes that were helping us make these decisions on students, that there was something very different going on with young people than what higher ed understood.
Something wrong, right?
Something very wrong.
And
yes.
Global.
It's global because when you get into the global market and you're looking at the universities and colleges in the United States that are scrambling for international students who will pay full freight, and and also for diversity, but frankly mostly for the financial gain from it. The agents that are disreputable in other countries who are looking to make money off of those families who are desperate to get a United States education for their kids, and American colleges and universities who are desperate for the funds that they can bring. You also see a lot of confusion and frustration in that with those kids.
The situation's really desperate. I mean, and that's really what kind of spawned Global College, Research Associates, right? I mean, that's how'd you guys come together, Bruce?
Well, we came together because both Patricia and I were sort of at different points in our career, and she talked a little bit about that personal experience. We had worked our way up through the administration, really lost touch with that personal interaction and really helping the student, helping the family to find that right match of an institution that was going to help that student find the right career pathway and be happy and successful in life.
Right.
And so because both of our paths were meeting at the same time, and we both wanted to get back to that interaction with the families and that core reason why we got involved in this profession to begin with, we decided, hey, we sort of were the people who created this process, fortunately or unfortunately.
Right. We made the...
We're better than the people to help people manage that that process, but in a way that helped benefit the student and the parents to save their kids' education.
I like to say that the common pain brought you together, right? I mean, passion, what we're willing to suffer for is what creates passion, right? And that passion is what drove you guys to kind of bring something together. How is the market receiving? This is a relatively new kind of business concept, right? How's the market receiving the experience you're creating for your clients?
Sure. Well, it's growing, but it's still pretty hidden, I think, out there in the market. There's a formal association, Independent Educational Consulting Association in Washington, D.C., that formalizes all of us across the United States. Wow. I want to say there's about 600 counselors in the U.S. operating, and internationally. It represents an international body of people, but with a credential, so that if a family engages with an IECA member, they know that there's a certain skill set, a certain level of expertise that they bring to the table.
They've qualified them, so to speak.
Right. But I don't think that it's as common as, say, when you know that you want to save for education, I'm going to go to a financial planner and they're going to help me. And everybody sort of knows about that. But people really don't understand an educational planner like Patricia and I and what we can bring to the table for those kinds of the families. So we're looking to try and partner, in some of our business model is to get involved with the own entities like human resource individuals, involved with guidance counselors, and getting involved with financial planners,
right.
So that we become more visible in the market, more visible in that process for families.
Now, Patricia, what is the kind of things you help coach these people through? What are you helping these families kind of understand?
Okay. Well, as I like to call it, it's soup to nuts.
Okay.
When the ideal outcomes, the best outcomes for a student, actually starts with us working with them as early as eighth grade.
Okay.
And what that entails is kind of moving up the time frame for the focus and pressure of looking at high school outcomes.
Right.
Okay. So in other words, what we find over and over and over and over again is that students get to the end of their junior year of high school when, in terms of college admissions,
about that entire process.
It's all over. You know, I mean, their extracurriculars. They've got an extracurricular list this long. Wow, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not. They're starting to worry about their grades. They're starting to worry about
little eight there.
Exactly, and then a lot of the incredible missed opportunities for summer enrichment, summer activities, summer involvements that could lead to leadership opportunities. By the time a student is in their sophomore year of high school, they have got to be starting to focus.
Yeah.
And so we ideally take them from an earlier point of time to help them sort through all of that, okay? Knowing that they're still going to change, they're still going to grow, their interests are going to change, but at least to give them an optimization so that as they move forward, they can just be tweaking that instead of, oh my God, I should have done everything differently. So then it doesn't just stop there. By doing that, that helps us help students write their essays, their personal statements. We help them understand about colleges and degree programs as opposed to colleges.
You really start helping them understand this entire game and what is in what not that it's a game, but help them really get their mind around all the options that they have. Just because they heard of IU or they heard of a Big Ten school or they watched the team on TV, that doesn't mean that's the best fit.
It's not the best fit, and often what we find is students have their heart set on a particular university that doesn't even offer the interest that they have, and so a major of the interest that they have, they because they don't understand the complexities. So in addition to that, what we also find, and this relates to the cost aspect of college, the sooner the people don't understand how expert educational planning actually affects financial outcomes, which ultimately affects retirement income. It's all interconnected. When people have kids and they want to find, they want their kid to go to a good college, but they don't necessarily have an understanding that if they'd started right with their student in the 8th grade, the scholarship opportunities from specific colleges and where they would get in and the money that's available to them, it's dynamically different.
So we're getting the 6-minute sign here, and I want to give Bruce a chance to close out. So as a buyer of the end product that you guys are helping shape, right? A bit, the colleges we deal with, and we have a very strong internship program. I would make the argument that if we didn't have an internship program, we could not hire direct from college. The product and not to talk about people as products, but what we get coming out of there without being able to vet them and talk to them and get the understanding and the soft skills and see where their drive is and see. Now, what is the future of education, Bruce? Where do you see this going? Is it going to take a dynamic change? Do they realize that their cheese is being moved and they've got to come up with a better way? And is anybody getting ahead of this?
There are, I think a lot more educational entities are engaging with employers, and that's happening sort of on a national platform. You have people like the U.S. Chamber of Commerce getting involved.
Okay.
The Business Roundtable, National Business Roundtable is getting involved because of exactly the scenario that you're talking about. There's this balance between actual life experience and education and how the two are intersecting in order to build the workforce that we need across all industry sectors in the And that's why it's important, I think, for the work that, Patricia and I do early on in helping students to really think about what is that career pathway that they're thinking about as that first step. Where do my career interests lie? Where do skill set lie that enable me to embrace different careers that might be out there? And with that as a foundation, to start to think about which institutions are going to help me to get there, and to be successful in that career pathway. And then that pathway is going to be very different. I think education is looking at and trying to think of differently how students go through. It's no longer a straight arrow. College isn't for everybody.
Nope.
We go in for a little bit of education, be that for an associate's degree, maybe a certificate, maybe a bachelor's. You come out, you do some work, you evolve, your career takes a different path, you go back into education. So it's a give and take kind of process rather than, this is the career path I see, I'm going to go right to the end of it, and then I go out into the workplace. So I think
I love
that different changing dynamic is going to happen more often than once.
I love that vision, really. I mean, helping a kid start to decide as a career path and looking at college as a way to get there rather than looking at college as the only way. That is something I wish so many more of our young people would hear, and it's great having you on the show. I love what you guys are doing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.